in vain, samurai. This gateway into the past is forever. Beyond your reach. Poor samurai.
Back to the past, samurai Jack. Watch out. Back to the past, samurai Jack. Back to the past, samurai Jack. Watch out.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the review for Samurai Jack Battle Through Time. I am Travis, and yes, I am here with the boy, BTM.
Hello.
And
I have returned.
he has returned, even though he did the last review, the most recent review of UFC 4. Go watch that.
Yeah.
Samurai Jack was published by, I think, it's Adult Swim Interactive Group, and was developed by, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Soliel. Soliel? I don't know how to pronounce it. It's something like that. They made Shinobi Strikers and other games. And I would say overall, this game was more, I guess I didn't know what to expect going into it. After playing Fast and Furious, I kind of expected it to just be like not movie license garbage, but TV license garbage.
Fair enough.
But so I wasn't sure what to expect there. But I think VTM will take it away from here on the story of the game.
Long ago in a distant land. No.
Star Wars?
No, that's what Aku says.
I know. Whenever I hear long ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
In a galaxy far, far away, there was a lonely samurai.
Yeah.
Who faced the evil shape-shifting monster, Aku. Anyways, so this game takes place in Season 5. So if you haven't watched Season 5 of Samurai Jack, you probably should. It's a pretty good season. Won't lie. Like it's a good 10 episodes.
We'll try to keep it as spoiler free as we can.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much most of the spoiler. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It just takes place in Season 5.
Yeah. Because a lot of the stuff there'll be characters and they do go story beats, but it's not, not right away, and it's but so we'll try to keep it as spoiler free as we can. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It takes place during Season 5. And as somebody who's personally only watched Season 1 and Season 5, I wasn't lost at all.
Yeah. Like, as long as you know maybe 3 characters, you're fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyways, so this game takes place in a dimension that Aku makes. It's like a time dimension. Kind of like if people have seen Dragon Ball Super, I'm about to make a reference to that. It's kind of like how they explain that Hit can, like,
go between dimensions.
Like, he can place people in, like, his own time dimension because he stored up time, almost.
Mm.
It's kind of like that. Like, Aku has just created a little bubble of time where he can manipulate it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's placed Jack into it to potentially kill him. And that's the game. You're trying to find your way back to the future past.
Playing his fucking reindeer games.
Yeah.
Oh, that Aku.
Aku!
And actually, even through story beats, they hit the story beats, and there's characters you meet from Season 5 and in other seasons throughout the story.
Well, like, from, like, Season 1 to 5. Like, they have characters from almost all seasons.
Mm-hmm. And it was better. I wasn't like blown away or anything, but it was better than I expected in terms of that, because I expected to literally just be a hack and slash and then put no effort into anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played Shinobi Strikers, so.
See, to me, this reminds me of a solid, like, cartoon, like, cartoon TV, like, movie, game. Like, that's what this reminds. It's like how we used to have back in the day, like, of the PlayStation 2 era, or, like, even PlayStation 1. Like, there used to be, like, some, like, one-offs for, like, TV games.
Yep.
And that's what this is. It's a solid TV game.
Mm-hmm. It's just, it always scares me.
Yeah, like when you think about it, like if you hear a game being based off a movie, it's like, ooh, it's probably not going to be that good.
Mm-hmm. Especially back in the day, early 2000s. Whew.
Yeah, but yeah, like that's what this really reminds me of, is like those old games
Mm-hmm.
that like were solid. Like so, like for me, one of them was I believe it was Rugrats, Reptar's Revenge. I think it was an old PS1 game, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that game was always solid for me. Hell, even SpongeBob had a game back in the day, like that was solid.
Did it just get
Yeah.
remastered?
Not that one.
Okay.
There was a different one. I
Okay.
believe.
So a lot of the level designs, you'll go through your normal hack and slash game, but there's also sections of levels and sometimes whole levels where you're on the side, kind of like an arcade game. And I really liked that.
Yeah,
kind of
it
design
turned into like a side scroller,
Mm-hmm.
which I was down for too. Like I really enjoyed those moments where it did that.
Yeah, and yeah, one in particular that I really loved with the girl and the guy.
There's also some platforming in the game. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is a game of all trades. There's even shooting.
There's even shooting.
Yeah,
For
for people who want guns.
Yeah. The thing,
Jen, eat your heart out. There's a new samurai.
The thing I kind of put my finger on, like I enjoyed the game. I was just, the whole time I was playing it, I'm like, it's good. I just don't feel like it's anything special.
No, it's not out to like break anything, like do anything new. It's just it's a solid game that was released. It's like we're going for a solid release.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not trying to shake the waters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
There's sometimes random influxes of difficulty though, like it'll be the exact same enemies, but yet somehow they're stronger.
Yeah.
And it's like, But I mean, they never gave me issue because I'm just a god. But
yeah.
Yeah,
so I don't know. For me, I started having more trouble later down the line.
Yeah,
which is odd because, like, I guess we'll talk about that later. Like when we get in the actual the mechanics of the game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And well, I mean, we can, if you have more on the story. Otherwise, we can get into that now.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like you get to meet some friends meet some old friends along the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you get to just have a good platform adventuring time.
I would say you're going to get way more out of this game if you're a huge Samurai Jack fan than you are if you're not.
Yeah, like I think that's what they kind of expect. I think that's why the game is set where it is, because they probably assume that we've all seen Season 5.
Yeah, and I've seen Season 5. But, like I said, I enjoyed it all the way through. I was never bored. It never appalled me, which is good. It just didn't click for me as much as I was hoping it would. Especially when I started playing the game, I'm like, oh shit, it's not a piece of shit. You never know.
But yeah, I don't know. I had fun. I like the story that they went with. It's pretty much an old fashioned like Jack trying to just get back to the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the
but it's a more aged Jack. So like when he comes across things, he's like, wait,
yeah,
I've done this before. What's happening?
Yeah, and I like the art style they went with too.
Yeah,
for the game in the menu too. They have a nice little drawing of Jack.
Yeah.
I mean that's just the show though. But let's dig into the combat of the game. The combat, it's your normal hack and slash. Button mash fun.
And so with the combat, you have 5 or 6 different kinds of weapons, I think, because it's you have swords.
5 different kinds of weapons if you count melee.
Okay, because you have swords, you have spears, you have hammers. You have bows.
Club. Well, 6 if you count the bows, because the weapons are the club, spear,
Well,
hammer,
I mean,
sword,
like
samurai
wait,
fist.
does the bow staff like count as a spear? Because I can't remember.
Um,
I think it might. I think it might actually.
I'm not sure. No, well, all I know is okay. Let's go through this. So on the actual weapons, it's sword, hammer, spear, club, and the fist. With your ranged weapons, you get bow and arrow, handgun, machine gun. You get your throwable weapons, and then that's it on those. So.
Yeah.
So that's how. So those are the weapons you kind of deal with. I basically, I mean, there's some throwables that I used all the time, but I mainly stuck with the sword in terms of the weapon I used. I don't know what you did.
I stuck with the sword and spear,
Mm-hmm.
and then I also mapped healing items.
Mm-hmm.
Because for those that don't know, this game is an RPG, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can level up Jack through many different ways, between like buying upgrades in the store with the samurai, or just like leveling up through like the level character or the character level.
Yeah, and we can talk about the skill tree here. So in the skill tree, you have like your combat, your like physical skills, combat skills, and spiritual skills that you can upgrade as you get more of the blue. I can't remember what the blue orbs are called. But the blue orbs are the blue orbs.
Not Bushido, because Bushido is the other one.
Bushido is the green, and the skill points is the blue.
Skill fire. Yeah.
And you get those throughout the game, and you upgrade your skills that way. Another way to upgrade your skills is through finding jewels or other items throughout the story, because you have to find those. You have to find sometimes 2-3 of those to upgrade to do a particular upgrade, along with the skill fire.
And in my case, like late game, that was a major problem for me, because like some skills that I wanted I couldn't get because like I just couldn't get the jewels for them. Mm-hmm. And that's something I wanted to talk about. Is like this game kind of forces you to play it over again if you want to get everything. Yeah. Which I'm not upset by that. It gives it replayability, but I don't know.
And it's not a very long game. It's at 6 hours.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of games that force you to play a game over again, like to get everything. Like I know this game isn't comparable, but you're not getting all the upgrades in your first playthrough of The Last of Us either.
Yeah.
So
but like, kind of like that. At the end of the game, I was sitting at like 30,000 skill points because I just couldn't spend them.
Yeah, I have 45,000.
Yeah, like there's just a point where it's like, oh, you need these like jewels and all that to upgrade. And it's like, if I don't have them, how can I get this if I don't have them? How do I get? And they don't tell you how you can get them. You just randomly get them.
Yeah. Yeah, you find them
unless I miss something.
Well, most of them you find in the boxes.
Yeah.
And in other places. That's actually where I've exclusively found them, I think. I could be wrong.
Yeah, me too.
And then you have the little collectible things, which are little they're like floating in the air. Those are just collectibles.
Yeah.
And you have your prayer beads also. For example, the Guardian bracelet that reduces damage received from enemies, stuff like that. You can find throughout the world that you can equip on Jack, and I think you only can equip one of those though.
Yeah, you can only equip one.
Yeah. So that is kind of the upgrade and item system that you do. You also have your healing. That you get your items for healing, and you can have a potion to have like reduced damage for a period of time or increase damage for a period of time, just something to give Jack a buff.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a basic system.
And you can get multiple weapons within the categories that have different stats too. Like by the end, I had a really good bow. But weapons that aren't his sword break over time.
Yeah.
So like you kind of have to use them sparingly almost to make sure that they don't break, so you can eventually get them repaired.
And you get them repaired at the shop for the Samurai is there hanging, where you're going to buy a lot of your healing items, the potions I just talked about. You can repair weapons. You can
even
upgrade,
buy weapons off of them.
You can buy weapons. You can upgrade your sword and any other weapon. You can upgrade that.
Yeah, like it'll give you more combos on top of the combos you can unlock through like the character skill screen.
Mm-hmm. As also where you can buy prayer beads there too.
Yeah, there's 2 different combo systems in this game. Like, it's nice to have almost kind of complexity to this game. Like, there are different things that you can do that can like save time or like keep you guarded while also moving. Like if you press the block button while you're moving, you'll do a slide.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're low on health, you can scramble and you can keep moving while also parrying and potentially opening people up to attack.
Yeah.
And that's something I like. I always say it like in like fighting games like this, like I like complex like fighting systems in a way. Like something that'll make you think like, oh, it gives you options on how you want to attack. Or like how you can change up your attack. Like, so square is your basic attack, triangle is like your heavy attack almost.
Yep.
And you can throw a triangle into your head or into your regular attacks, and it'll perform a different style of attack. So like with this sword, like if you press square and then triangle, it'll launch them into the air. So you can like jump with them.
Jump up and slice down, yeah.
But if you press square 3 times and then triangle, it'll end with a move that gets you moving.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like that's the kind of complexity I like in games, is like things that give you options. So like if you need to like move, you can move, or if you want to like just take it to the air, you can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed the complexity of the upgrade system in terms of that. It's I mean, I like that too. I don't necessarily, and I do enjoy the Batman games, but it eventually just becomes push square, and you like to have those complex combos that this game gave you.
Something that can change it up.
Mm-hmm. So how did you feel about the boss fights in the game?
I like the boss fights.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, later down the line, I did start having a lot of trouble with them and using a lot of healing items, which they give you a cap on the amount of healing items you can have. And as far as I can tell, you only have like 2 different healing
items. Yeah, you're kind of fucked if you run into something too much.
Yeah, and like for me, like I was running into trouble with the bosses and like using a lot of my healing items. And then by the end of it, I had no healing items for bosses. I was like, oh my god, I can't do this.
Yeah, that does happen. They definitely...
The hero player in me came out after a while. I was like, all right, I just need to study my opponent's movements and then capitalize when I can and maximize my combos.
Yeah. And another thing, you also have like an ultimate attack, which I think is like, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like a Kai attack, where you
don't even know.
Where you hold L3 and R3.
Yeah.
The red fire, and then he does a special maneuver that usually does a lot of damage, at least early on in the game, and then later on in the game they're just like, fuck you. But
yeah, and each weapon style or each weapon choice has its own special.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice.
There were a few boss fights where it just seemed like the room you were in was way too small for what was going on.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, it made the camera, because like I was literally stun locked in a corner because I couldn't fucking see anything.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times too, where like I couldn't see, so I was just guessing at what was happening.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I could move the camera, But I'm in the heat of the moment. Like, I'm not thinking about moving the camera.
I couldn't even move the camera. I was literally. I think my camera was stun locked. But
Well, this game does also feature a enemy lock on.
Yeah.
So it might be kind of foreign to us because we like played Ghost of Tsushima a little bit ago.
Mhm. Yeah. It does have a soft lock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if you know the lock system of Ghost of Tsushima, it's basically the same. You could also.
Well, this one actually has a lock on. Like, if you press R3, it does have a lock on.
Does it have? Okay. I kind of stuck with the soft lock because I realized it had one.
Okay.
Which is more Ghost of Tsushima. But it's nice that it has both.
I only used the lock on for like enemies that were in the air, so I could just throw my knife.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much it. Like,
even that's soft locked on though, if that's like the only enemy there.
Yeah.
Like he'll still throw it at him.
Yeah.
But
it just makes sure that it goes towards them, just in case.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I enjoyed the boss fight. Like I said, the boss fights were fine. They were mostly fun. Some more fun than others.
Yeah.
But I don't really have many complaints. I don't think on the boss fights of them. I think they were mostly
the
fun.
boss fights were boss fights. They were good.
Yeah, they were mostly fun. And I personally didn't struggle with any of them until later on. But maybe it was just because my healing items. I always lean on my heal, even in Sekiro. I had my healing items.
Yeah, once you run out of healing items, that's close to death.
Yeah,
like it's going to make the game a lot harder.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just for me. I can't put my finger on, but for some reason I couldn't. It's just this game wasn't clicking to the level that I was thinking that maybe it would click on for me. But I still had fun with it, and I still think it's a good game. It's definitely a good starting point. I hope they try to make another one.
I do hope that they make another. This is a good game for this company because, again, they did Shinobi Strikers.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good game to kind of lightly bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. My view on Shinobi Strikers is it's not a good game. But some people might like it, but like I think this is a better game.
Oh yeah, I don't
come out with.
I don't know if anybody is disputing that. I don't know what to tell you. But that's just me. So let's move on to. You want to talk about the free missions?
Well, there are two different kind of things. There are free missions, and then there are boss missions. Are they just boss missions?
Boss missions, yeah.
So, like, free missions are pretty much, they put you in an arena, just an open field, and they're like, kill these people, like, and kill these waves of enemies.
Mm.
And they'll give you a specific weapon loadout. So, like, the first one is you only get to use the sword and, I believe, throwing knife.
Mm.
And you have to defeat 3 waves of enemies with only that. And that's the same with the rest of the missions. It's like, they give you a specific weapon so you can go through waves of enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, with the free mission, I didn't notice that I was picking up gems.
Yep.
So like, if, like, that's the way they kind of create replayability in the game. Is like, all right, so, like, you finish the main story. So now you can do free missions and boss missions, and you can gather upgrades. So you can eventually do the harder difficulty for the game.
Yeah. But for the record, the boss mission never gonna happen for me because I can't even get by the first one. So I've realized without healing items, I'm nothing. That's what I've learned through boss missions.
And then there's an endless enemy mode, but you have to beat it on like Master Samurai, which I didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's just the kind of something fun you can try to do after you beat the stories. Try to beat all the free missions and the boss missions, and if you beat the boss missions, good for you.
Yeah.
But
It gives you gloating power.
yeah, I'm proud of you.
Proud.
So
I've never been prouder of you.
so proud. So is there anything else about the game you want to talk about?
I am upset that they don't really have the Samurai Jack theme song.
They kind of do. Like I said, they kind of do at the end of the credits.
Yeah, they do at the end credits, and like in one of the levels, you can hear the theme song in the background,
Mm-hmm.
like it's playing from a building. So like
Yeah.
if you stand there, you can listen to it.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what the direction where they just would. I don't know why they didn't just put the opening credits.
Well, I think it's because like this happens to take place again in season 5, and season 5 didn't have the theme song.
Still, I'm not here for excuses.
I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, I also like the way they showed you gain damage. Like they do have a health bar, but like the more Jack takes damage, the more clothes he loses.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think it's very much something like what would happen in the show, because like he would get hit a lot, and normally he would start losing his clothes.
Yeah. And don't worry, ladies. He doesn't get naked.
Yeah, I get naked.
Get naked. But yeah, its game definitely was better than I was expecting. Because when I saw Samurai Jack, I was thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be bad, isn't it?" Like I wanted to play it, but
in my head, I kind of wrote this game off as like, "Oh, this should have been like a $30 game." But then I played it, and I was like, it was actually pretty good.
I still think it should have been a $30 game.
I mean, yeah, it could be cheaper. There's not that much to it, sadly. But yeah. I do hope that they do another game like this, another Samurai Jack game, or like even something else.
Yeah,
like,
broaden it up. Yeah.
This makes me excited to see what else they have to do.
Yeah, because hey, what do you know? You get out of the shadow of Bandai, and all of a sudden you're making something.
Oh yeah, I don't think what you said during this review, but fuck Bandai.
We've had that. We've had that covered this year. Don't worry.
Like, even if it's not Bandai game, like fuck Bandai. Like these guys worked on you, and they turned out a shitty game. Where like, as soon as they don't work for you, they turn out a decent game. And I think that's what they set out to do, is just turn out a decent game.
Oh, for sure, absolutely.
Yeah. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but like I'm kind of looking forward to see like what they can do if it's like something that they want to do. Like give them the creative freedom to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do, if they do anything with this. I mean, it's kind of hard to continue a Samurai Jack just the way the story is, but we'll see. I mean, you can do anything. It's a fucking virtual world. So we'll see. I hope they do something, if it's not Samurai Jack, something similar, because I think they have something here. Don't let it be published by Bandai, and we should be good. But if you have nothing else, VTM, let's go ahead and go into final scores.
Okay. Let's see. I like this game a lot. I think that if you are a Samurai Jack fan, or like you are on the fence on this game, go ahead and buy it. It's a decent buy. Like, it's a decent game. It's a game to pass the time until September.
when our lives are over. I swear, the November, I'm just gonna go into like video game mode. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insane.
But yeah, I'd say buy it. I'd give this game
It's a tough one.
I'm gonna give it a 7 because it's better than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fun. Like I said, it's a fun game that's easy to play. Like, it's just a chill game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that deep of a story.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And other than the boss fights, they get a little harder. Like, it's not really much concentration either.
Yeah.
You're just kind of going about kicking ass.
Yeah.
For me,
what about you, Travis? What would you give this game?
Well, I was the one that thought I was going to be the one to go lower, but I'm kind of with you. I think that like it's better than I was expecting.
Yeah.
But like I said, I didn't think it was anything overly special, but I still think it was good.
Yeah.
So
I think it's better than middle of the road. Like it's a little bit better than like a 5.
for sure. And
Like you could easily place it at a 6 if you want at the lowest, but like I don't know.
Yeah.
I found a lot of entertainment.
So I'm gonna go ahead myself and also give it a 7. I think this game does do a lot of things well. It's a good starting point for this kind of game, and like I said, I hope we see more from this company with this kind of game because I think they have something better here than Shinobi Strikers. So I hope they move away from stuff like that and do more stuff like this. I mean, I don't even care if they go from TV show to TV show making cool games. Like
They just need to stay away from Bandai.
yeah,
Fuck Bandai.
make a Scooby-Doo game. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, baby. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, give this game a 7. I think it's a good stepping stone to something that's hopefully becomes even better. It's a good starting point. I mean, if they come out with another game and it's just like this one, I mean then it's not, it would probably get a lower score. But for a first try, I really enjoyed it. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I literally bought this game thinking like, shit, here we go. I just played Fast and Furious. Let's do this again. But no, it surprised me. I think it's a fun game. I think if you're a huge Samurai Jack fan, that you may even go even higher score wise, just off nostalgia. But yeah, so 7 for me, a 7 for VTM. A good game. I was surprised by it. Like I said, I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, I would say. So it's weird saying that about a game that's 7 out of 10 for us, but I did expect worse, and I'm happy that it was a better game and a joy to play through mostly. But did you have anything else to add?
Just gotta get back to the past. Samurai Jack.
God. That's going to do it for this review. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like the content we're putting out, you hit the subscribe button. We're putting out a lot more reviews. The end of the year is going to be insane. Don't know how we're going to do it. We're putting out playthroughs.
We're going to die.
Podcasts. We're going to die. It's going to be a great year. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching, and we will talk to you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Back to the past samurai jack. Watch out. Back to the past samurai jack. Back to the past samurai jack.